Hi, I'm Michael Allison, Commercial Director at Roma Finance, and welcome to another episode of RomaTalks, where we're joined by people from across the property ecosystem. And today we've got one returning guest in Sam Cooke from Blue Bricks. Hello, Sam.
Hello, good to be here again.
And we've got, good to have you. And we've got Sam's new, I think you said your new boss, really. I think it was the way that you described it to me. We've got Vicky from Blue Bricks as well, the new editor. Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're very welcome. Now, Sam, we've heard all about you. So obviously, those of you who've watched it before will know. If you've not, you can go back and watch that in the past episodes as well. So we're going to start off with Vicky, if that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Vicky, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, so yes, I'm Vicky, and my background is in marketing and communications. Spent over 10 years doing that. I, as you can imagine, guess from my accent, I'm from Middlesbrough, up in the northeast.
Right.
Started exploring the world of property at the beginning of 2024 with my husband James. We've gone down a serviced accommodation route, so we manage serviced accommodation up in the northeast and the North Yorkshire. Met the lovely Sam networking last year, had a bit of a conversation and joined Blue Bricks as the editor in April 25. So my life's done a little bit of a 360 the last couple of years, and I just live, breathe property 24/7 now.
So you were originally in the property, doing property yourself?
Yes.
Before you joined?
Before I joined Blue Bricks, yeah. So now it just comes hand in hand with what we're doing with our business with my husband James, and then what we do with Blue Bricks as well.
I don't think you can go to a networking event without seeing Sam.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He's well known on the set. He's always there.
He is.
I think he's multiple QR codes for multiple offers on Blue Bricks. And have you found that transition into moving it over to Blue Bricks and being property 100%, I guess, of what you do now?
I just love it. We actually interviewed Scott recently for Blue Bricks for our next issue, and I didn't realise he started off in a similar path to myself, where he had a day job and then he was squeezing in what he called his side hustle on the nights and the weekends, and that's exactly what I was doing. So I was working for a building society in marketing. They didn't know I had this kind of purpose to get into property full time. So it was nights, weekends. We were building up a service accommodation business, and now with Blue Bricks, it's just my work-life balance is 100% better, just seamless now, and it just comes hand in hand. I just try and soak it all up.
So yeah, I guess you've got all that access to people like Scott and the events themselves that you can put into practice in building. We see a lot of service accommodation in the northeast, Middlesbrough as well, certainly with the Freeport or Teesport and all the stuff. £1 billion that they're spending on transport infrastructure.
Yeah, it's a huge project up in Teesworks, which isn't far from where I live, and that's, you know, with my background being in marketing, I'm a bit of a research geek, so I kind of dug into that, and that's where we quickly realised service accommodation would work where we're from, because we were looking up the M62 corridor. Middlesbrough being a small town doesn't get much regeneration and any money being spent at the moment in there. But yeah, with my research, we quickly realised that there's a huge opportunity, and it's worked really well for us so far. It's still going to continue till 2030 and maybe beyond as well.
It'll go over time, yes. It'll be past 2030.
It usually does. Fingers crossed for us, though. That's good
every
for
project, even my decorating projects I do at home, they all go over.
They do, don't they?
over budget, that's Tara's issue, and then over time, that's me.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to then, Sam, since we last spoke?
Quite a lot, really, to be honest with you. So I think last time we spoke, I don't think I'd hired Vicky yet. And obviously me and Vicky and James had just been in Blue Bricks magazine. I was messaging Vicky about a feature, and somehow we got talking about Vicky's past role. She's like, I've worked at magazines, sold advertising, do all the marketing. And literally that morning I'd put an advert out for editor, and I was like, oh, do you enjoy your job? And then we had a chat, and then the rest is history. Since then, growing Blue Bricks, Vicky's been a massive help. My role's changed from doing the editing, doing the magazine, to just being less operational now, really. I mean, Vicky runs everything. Today I rang her, I said, what time do I need to be here, and what's the address, and
where do I park? Yeah,
and then Vicky sorts it out. So she's got a job sort of mothering me, really. And then going from Blue Bricks, we're launching the second awards next year, 2026, expecting 400 people. And then I've just bought another business to run alongside Blue Bricks, which has been eating up quite a lot of time.
Well, what business is that, if you don't mind me asking?
Brown's Timber Buildings. So I've bought a timber building business that builds modular buildings. So we do like outdoor offices, garden rooms, outdoor gyms, and we're also building holiday parks and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, brilliant. So still in that world of property?
Yeah, completely in that world, and that's always been the plan. So, you know, Vicky running Blue Bricks has allowed me to focus a little bit on that business and then keep growing Blue Bricks at the same time.
So how many subscribers have we got at Blue Bricks at this moment in time? What's the...
10,000 readers UK
10,000.
wide.
Wow. So that's a lot of eyes on Blue Bricks every.
Yeah, a lot of eyes, and we've got that's going to grow exponentially next year as well with some of the plans that we have.
Brilliant. Okay, you mentioned the awards are coming back. So obviously the awards were last year at Petforton Castle. Yes. I think you did all that on your own.
Yeah,
we sort of seen. Yeah, I think everyone lived through that. This time you're going to have a team around you. What should we look for in the awards next year?
Oh, it's double the size, double the venue, isn't it?
Double the size. We're looking at 400 people, and it's 1920s themed. So the problem I had setting up the second awards is we actually did the first one so well. We had a castle, Petforton Castle, and I, for a few months, was trying to find another castle. I'm like, how do we do what we did the year before? And there's not many castles in the UK that can hold over 200 people for an awards. We're actually looking at the Tower of London as a venue. But with them, I think it's 3 months before they tell you if you can have that date. So I was like, we can't really risk it. And then I thought, well, if we can't replicate what we did in year one, why don't we do something just so completely different that it can't be compared? And that's when we came to the Titanic Hotel. We're doing a 1920s themed, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Over in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Great city, by the way.
Yeah, I love it. It's really coming up as well in property.
Absolutely. So what have you learned any additional lessons since you've moved into Blue Bricks that you've been able to put back into your property business?
Yes, I have actually. I think I'd say, I speak to entrepreneurs day in, day out with Blue Bricks. I always say that I'm not a natural born entrepreneur and always say that my husband is that. But I speak to people who, and it's just that, constant grit, determination, the passion to keep going and then realising that people at the top end of their game still face hardships and struggles. Things still go wrong. Deals go wrong, so you almost speak to that, and it just gives you the confidence to keep going, because everyone, me and James are very early at our business building, we're in year 2, but then I'll speak to people 18 years in the game, 20 years in the game, and they're still, the government brings new legislation out, or there's different issues to get around. So I think that for me is just vital in realising. That's what I try and relay in all of the articles in Blue Bricks. We always say, don't we don't just want to talk about everyone's highlights. Someone will come on and tell me their latest project, and I'll go, that's amazing, but what went wrong? What went wrong, and how did you overcome it?
It's interesting. I think we always focus on the things that go wrong naturally. I don't know if that's a British trait or whatever. We always focus on what's gone wrong. We sort of, the best lessons are in there. Certainly as a lender, not every transaction goes according to plan. The ones that don't, is there a teachable moment in there that can influence either your credit decisioning or how you change something ongoing? I think that perpetual learning from your mistakes is good. Yeah. But don't walk past your successes as well. And that's one thing that's really hard to.
Yeah, and that's something I've discovered as well. Not to tie everyone with entrepreneurs with the same brush, but you're really bad at looking back and actually realising how far you've come and then celebrating it. And then, I was literally saying to you on the way here, taking a few hours off and going and just relaxing is what Sam's really bad at, and I tell him to do more of all the time.
Yeah, I constantly get told to break and stop and do stuff like that, which is really, really good as well.
Yeah.
So obviously you got your holiday let businesses or serviced accommodation business with your husband. How'd you find working with your husband?
Oh, a bit of a roller coaster.
Here we go. Now we get to it.
I think it's definitely a learning curve. We've gone from a couple that work completely different jobs. James is an engineer by day. I was in marketing. We were both just 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, come home, we'd cook tea, and that would be it. We wouldn't really talk work. Now we just live, breathe our business. But what we've quickly realised is we both have our individual strengths, and together they work perfectly. So James is really good at numbers and spreadsheets and all of that kind of back end stuff, and I'm much, much better at the networking, building relationships, and things like that. So I do all of the guest communications with the service accommodation, because James is a little bit blunt with them. And so we're really finding that actually as we continue, we've got a great mentor on the property side as well. So our mentor's Hayley Andrews. So she's just been phenomenal. And then we've also recently just got ourselves a business mentor to look more at kind of forward planning. But yeah, we've learned now that our strengths are different, but that's what we play to, I suppose.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And what about Sam? What works well with you and Sam, would you say?
Oh, I think probably similar. Would you say in a similar vein? Like we have different strengths and...
Yeah,
We're just great friends as well and have fun, don't we?
Yeah, we just have a laugh, really. Vicky said that I've made her unemployable now, which is always nice to hear.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're similar in a lot of ways, but we're also very different. I'm actually really introverted. Vicky's a lot more extroverted and actually better at events and networking than I am. Vicky's a lot more detailed and manages me. I'm very, very chaotic. So Vicky sort of keeps me grounded and does the details. And hiring Vicky has forced me to put systems and processes into Bluebricks and write stuff down, because I tell her things and she'd say, you do realise that's in your head, don't you? And it's not actually written anywhere. So yeah, it's made me a better business owner having Vicky, I think.
Brilliant. Okay, what's next for Bluebricks then? What's the exciting things that we can expect to see?
Yeah, I think the main thing we're focused on currently is the awards next year. Doing that bigger and better than last year. It's been much easier to manage, A, because I've got a team around me, and B, tables are just flying off the shelf at the moment. So that's sort of the big thing that we need to put a lot of focus on to make that an incredible night. We are launching a new version of Bluebricks magazine as well, which is going to be a premium product that we're going to offer to people. And alongside that, I built an app called My Business Pass, which is an app that gives you discounts on all your lifestyle and business related expenses. It's like Blue Light Card, but for business owners. Because I've bought Browns, I've now rebranded that as a Bluebricks app, and that's going to be exclusively for property, and we'll go into that new subscription as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot coming up next year, but I've just learned it's better to do one thing at a time rather than trying to do 100 things at once and doing them all a little bit wrong.
I think if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, it's the bright shiny objects of getting the excitement of getting something new to market, but that's only half the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's then following it through, which is, I guess, why having a strong team and partnership is really key.
Yeah, absolutely.
And why should people subscribe to Bluebricks? If you're not part of the 10,000 and you're watching this, why should you be picking up a copy of Bluebricks?
I think it's a good question, and I think it's a really important question now that you've got things like YouTube, ChatGPT, books, podcasts like this. There's so much information out there. And I think really because we interview the right people that are credible, people that are doing stuff, people that have been in property years, that are giving you knowledge from experience, not just from a YouTube video where you don't know how credible the person is. And also because of the honesty, we share the good, bad and the ugly. When with Bluebricks, we've got nothing to sell. I was on a call with someone today. He says, are you doing anything for Black Friday? I said, are you subscribed to the magazine? He said, yes. I said, then no. There's no cost, there's no upsell. The knowledge that we give is there to help people. And then lastly, it's a community. Like you guys were at the conference that we did a couple of weeks ago, and it's just a great room of people that are doing really good stuff and who want to be around other people that are doing good stuff. I got a message the next day off a guy. He'd come for a few drinks with us all afterwards, and he said, I've been struggling because my family think I'm insane. I'm getting myself in debt buying properties and they don't understand it. My friends don't understand it. And he said yesterday, it was just so nice to be around people that are on this journey and get it. And it's the first time I've not felt alone in a long time. So, things like that, the sort of hidden things you don't see in Bluebricks are what really drive us as well.
Yeah, I would second that, because whilst you asked me earlier about what it's like running a business with my husband, yes, it has its, testing times, but I'm very lucky to do it with someone. What I've discovered through speaking to people in the Bluebricks community is property's a lonely world if you're doing it on your own, or building any sort of business yourself is very lonely if you're doing it, by yourself. And we just like to bring those people together, don't we? And just make them feel supported. And again, through reading the articles, there is some people who are really experienced, still making mistakes, but will tell you about them, and they'll say, this is what went wrong and this is what I would advise anyone doing a commercial Teresi in future, to factor in or think about. And I always say with anyone that I sit down and interview for Bluebricks is I want to give value to the reader, so they should be able to walk away from your article with actionable insight that they can, put to good use in their own kind of business and property world. Yeah.
There's something nice about having the magazine though, as well.
Yeah.
And actually, when mine comes to the office, I take it home, and on a Friday, so we have a couple of different publications. I like reading the magazine because you get bored of scrolling. Yeah. You get bored of opening an email and trying to read it. Actually, having that magazine and the marketing team, I'll see something, I might take a picture of it, and you send it to someone. Yeah. You fold down the pages. I don't know. It's almost a bit cathartic, I think.
I think so, yeah. I'm a lot more like that. Like, I listen to audiobooks when I'm driving, but I do love having a physical book, mainly.
Yeah. I like audiobooks, but then I forget what I've just heard because you're also concentrating on the driving.
Yeah.
Same with podcasts. Not this one, though, obviously.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So outside, so we talked a lot about work and, some really exciting stuff going on. When you do have that downtime, what is it that you like to do?
Or for me, it's just spending time with friends and family. I know it sounds a bit boring, but when you step into the world of like building a business, you realise how valuable your time is because it becomes so spare. So for me, it's just a cosy pub somewhere with friends and family for me. Lovely. And maybe a dog.
Maybe a dog.
Someone brings a dog.
Not you?
No, we haven't got one. I'd love one though. Just haven't got the time.
No. What about you, Sam? When you're not setting up new businesses, doing awards, setting up magazines?
Yeah, I mean, some days I like to just stare blankly at a wall and sort of what I'm doing with my life. Outside of that, I'm a qualified scuba diver, so I've been wanting, like last year in October, I lived on a boat for a week in the Red Sea and dove like shipwrecks and that kind of thing. So I love more adventurous stuff like that. So I'm trying to set it up so, I might work a lot during the week, but then have long weekends or weeks where I can do sort of fun stuff. Also do a lot of clay pigeon shooting too, which is something I really, really enjoy. Really? So those are the sort of things I try and do relax when I can.
You've done quite a few community things as well with Bluebricks, where you've had, there was
we did it.
Go-kart and clay pigeon shooting, things like that.
Horse racing, we've done a few fun different stuff.
And what you tend to see again is probably that when somebody is on their own and building that business, there is nobody to celebrate your success. There's nobody sometimes to bounce off when things are going wrong. It's having that almost like that pressure release. Yeah, those events have been really good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, the sort of thing that sparked the inspiration for me was when you go to networking events, it's very formal. It's like, hi, what's your name? How many buy-to-lets do you have? And people sort of go around doing the circle. And I thought, when people are doing something like clay pigeon shooting or horse racing, they're having a drink, they're having a laugh, they become more authentic. And I think when everyone's authentic and being themselves, you build better relationships.
Yeah.
And we've really noticed off the back of these events, the bigger events mainly, that people are doing a lot of stuff together because they've actually got to know each other as friends rather than it being sort of suit and tie formal.
Yeah, certainly as well. I think it just adds to that whole thing is, like we're only here once.
Yeah.
You've got to enjoy what you're doing.
Have a bit of fun,
Have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes nobody gets up in the morning and think, oh, thank God I'm going to work today. You do it so you can go to a cosy pub or you can go scuba diving or spend time with your family, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But if you can enjoy yourself while you're doing it, that's the big thing, isn't it? And I think that there's always been a lot of positivity towards Sam and the Bluebricks band, and we're proud to support that. Obviously, bringing yourself in now, Vicky, and you can feel the energy between the two of you. But actually, that's only going to enhance this community even further, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, working in Bluebricks, me and Vic say it all the time, there's no one we work with that we dislike. Everyone we get along with as friends. I've made a lot of close friends through Bluebricks, and it's just nice. We never get any problems, touch wood, any issues, any negative emails. It's just a very good atmosphere to be in.
Yeah.
So the target from 10,000, are we going to take that higher? Or?
Yeah, I reckon we'll be up to at least 15,000 by the end of next year.
So we're going for a 5,000 increase for next year. No pressure.
I know.
Yeah.
In your first full year. If you can deliver that growth, maybe you can have a conversation about pay rise.
Yeah.
Now that you're unemployable.
Yeah, I know. I've got nowhere else to go.
Excellent. Well, listen, I could talk all day, and thank you very much for coming in to see us today. Really excited to continue working alongside you guys and see where it goes. And congratulations on building a great brand and enhancing it as well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And thanks very much for you for watching as well. Thank you.